Hey everybody, welcome to Onyx Path Con. I'm Jess, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm Angry Nerd Girl down in the chat. We are so excited to play Squeaks in the Deep, the mousy, ratty, under the surface version of Pugmire. Without further ado, let's meet our wonderful cast. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and a little bit about your character. Let's start with Christina.
Hi everyone, I'm Christina. I use any pronouns, and I will be playing Scribbles DuPont today, who uses she, her pronouns. Scribbles is a trickster mouse who is the mouse you go to if you need something done.
Zan.
Hi, I'm Zan, and tonight I will be playing Ezra Twitch, who is one of our brain cells of the group. They're the strategist, so they like to direct people in battle and just, know the best places to hit things.
Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira858, and I play the silky smooth Lumia, that perfect wingman when you see someone special in your eye, or that fire starter when you need something burned to the ground. And that's me.
Your voice is so deep as Lumia.
I worked on it just a little bit.
Anita.
Hello, I'm Anita, also known as Panita or Critical Misses around the internet, and today I am playing Peeps McGraw. I'm big, I'm tall, I hit things, and I'm not as intellectually is that the word as my compatriots, but I'm here to help where it counts.
And lastly, but not leastly, Anne.
Hi, my name is Anne, and I play Marsh the Smart. I am the other brain cell of this group, and I will find things that don't like to be found and shoot them from as far away as I can.
All right. So, you all live in the underneath, in a small little enclave beneath the monarchies of Cymric, where the cats live. There's some dogs and some lizards and birds there too, but you primarily live in your little enclave. Why don't you tell me about your daily life down there? What do you do? How'd you all meet? What's the name of your adventuring band?
Well, the name goes by Good Enough. So it has a special ring to it. Has a nice brand that kind of transitions off into the sunset. So safe to say, I think we get quite a few calls, few individuals come by requesting for our assistance, and we help where we can.
And I think at one point, one of these cats insulted my bestest bestie ever, and I needed more than just my help to get them back for that.
I definitely was the one being insulted. So I was like, hey, Ezra, we got to get him back, but I don't think we can do it just the two of us.
It's like, we need more friends. Okay, let's find some friends.
And then we put the two brain cells together and found more friends.
You might have heard of Scribbles running up above ground and then back down underneath, bringing information, things like that. So Scribbles would be absolutely in to sign on to help.
Mm-hmm. Lumia is kind of well known of crossing the paths, being able to get a few names, get a few contacts by chance. So that's probably maybe a reason why you're able to reach out to them.
Peeps is Peeps is kind of a recent transplant, a little bit of a country bumpkin, and it's just sort of moseyed into the monarchies rather recently, and ran into Ezra, who seems to do a lot more of the thinking than Peeps does. And I kind of appreciate that. I was a little bit down on my luck, and they gave me a chance. So I'm real much obliged for that.
Like Peeps is my like tall half. Peeps is
I'm the muscle. I'm the
Yeah.
person you point at when you need to solve the problem with a little bit of brute force.
like, and I just love them so much. Just like the friend that will like pick you up when you're tired, but I'm the friend that will get them that special present that they feel like they don't deserve. They're just like,
So,
no, you're my friend. You deserve all the things.
so the group of you are having, say, a bite to eat when a very prominent mouse in your community, this is Brianna Twist, comes over to you, and she's not necessarily the wealthiest mouse, but she's older and she's known to be very wise and does a lot of deals on the surface. So it goes,
Oh, thank goodness, it's the good enoughs. I was hoping I would find you here. Well, I didn't want to interrupt your meal, but we've been having some you know what? Well, I'll just get down to it.
she pulls up a chair to sit next to you.
Brianna, it's fine. Take a seat. Relax. Here, have some tea.
Oh, thank you. She goes, the barkeep drinks are on me. Their whole meal, everything. So we've been having some
Hi, Trisket. My cat just jumped up. If my camera falls over, it's because of him.
we've been having some structural difficulties here, and well, they've noticed it up above, and you know how the above folks like to come down and search for treasure. I'm a little worried that if it's easier for them to find us, you know how we like to keep things down here secret. If it's easier for them to get down here, well, there might be more of them. And you know, I have no problems going below, but it sure would be nice if we didn't have to move. Could you maybe see what the problem is? To go into it. You like exploring. There's lots of stuff down there.
There's his tail.
Exploring.
Tell us more. What do you have in mind?
And as she is about to talk, you feel like a slight vibration beneath the floor. She goes,
You know how that's been happening for a while? Well, they feel that up there too. And just this morning, I was over at the takeaway Tassie's tea shop, and there was a hole in the floor, and it went up to the ceiling, and that's sheer rock, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. There was this loud metallic sound.
If Brianna will allow, Lumia will step forward a bit and gently take her hand into his, kind of place both hands together, says, "Don't worry, we have this covered."
Oh, you're such a kind, brave soul. Thank you.
That's a first. No worries. They'll look towards the others and say, "What do you all think? You all down for something like this?"
Well, have I heard of something like this happening before elsewhere?
give me a history check, please.
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like I would be like, wait a second, you just said that we would help without asking us.
Yeah, if you're done flirting, maybe it's time to, call in the rest of the gang.
They'll look towards him like, psst, 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 "Come on now."
So with history check, is this just intelligence?
Yes. if you aren't proficient in intelligence, in history, if you're not proficient in intelligence, if you're not proficient in the skill, then yeah, you just roll the stat.
Okay, that would be an 8.
Okay.
Is it like the shaking or whatever? Is it a natural phenomena? Can I roll no nature?
Yes, you can.
Heck yeah. Okay, I have no nature as a skill, but I don't know what the bonus is for it because I didn't.
If it's no, it is
like-
intelligence. If
Okay,
it's
so-
sense, it's wisdom.
And so it'd be intelligence plus your proficiency if you have it.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I know all the things. I rolled a 22.
Oh, dang.
Oof.
Okay, so Ezra, you know that like stuff moves around a lot. You're not sure about like the holes and stuff in the underground, but you know that like there's, stuff shifts. So it could just be that. Marsh, you know that this is weird. Stuff shifts, but usually it's like a rock slide or water damage, like cave-ins. It's usually not like holes being blasted that can go straight up to the surface. The underneath is a major secret from everyone up above. So this is not really
Do I
a thing.
suspect that these kind of explosions are like an inside job, that it's like from underneath instead of like coming from like the surface trying to blow things up?
Oh,
Like, do I know?
does it
could
rumble
I
beneath
sus-
your feet? Yeah, that would be a strong suspicion.
I suspect that maybe there's something going on in the underneath that might be causing our problems, because from the way things are described, I don't think it's simply just the above folk trying to get in.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. They'll turn towards Brianna and say, so if we do this for you, of course, some may expect payment in return. What do you have for us?
Oh, well, of course, there's what would you like? I'm happy to offer, shinies, access to secrets. Of course, if you want something more
So Marsh
common
looks-
or mercenary, I'm happy to offer plastic, of course, if you need to go upstairs. But if there's anything else, I could get you an internship at the university if that's what you'd like, or I do have some masterworks that I've been researching if that suits your interest.
Well, I can't speak for the others, but for me personally, the only thing it's going to take my repayment would be a nice date when I come back. Just the two of us underneath the moonlight.
Oh, you sassy young thing.
They'll look towards the other to see what they want.
Old enough to be your grandmother.
I wouldn't say no to secrets or research. I'm always wanting more information, Chinese.
And then Marsh turns to Ezra and she says, internship? Internship? We should go for the internship. And she sounds
Wait.
very excited.
It's like they just said internship. Is this a paid internship? Because it really should be paid.
That's a good point.
Anyone who doesn't pay their interns isn't very ethical.
I had to ask.
This is why I like you.
What about you, the big fella? Are you in?
You got any blue cheese?
Oh, well, I could get you some of that right now.
I'll do it for some blue cheese.
Some blue cheese right over here.
And the server comes over with a big chunk of blue cheese, and then also like a tart that has blue cheese baked into it.
Peeps is happy.
What about you, Scribbles?
I'll do more of this once the job's done.
I will take secrets.
Excellent. You know, the nice thing about being a grafer is that there's a lot you know that other folks tend to forget. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy your meal. Come grab me when you come back up. And I don't need to worry about you folks not surviving because brave, bold adventurers like you always come back.
Oh yeah, we have a date after this. They'll kind of wink and head back over towards the table.
She just kind of grabs her tail and hides her face behind it.
It's like young folks get more bold every day.
And
Peach
as
is
it,
going to wrap up the blue cheese in a little sachet and then put it in their bag in their rucksack.
very nice getting a prepayment. Nicely done.
You sure you don't want anything other than cheese, Peeps? You know, you can ask for more, right?
I can.
Yeah. Things that'll get you ahead in this life.
And you notice that like Peeps is like very much a country bumpkin in that they wear plate armor, but it's actually cobbled together from like old pots and pans. And they carry like a pitchfork that is their main weapon, and they've got a barrel lid. I mean, I just kind of make do with what I've got.
Oh, Peeps. You know, when I get a chance, I'm going to reinforce that barrel lid. I know you love it, but I'm just going to make sure that it's strong enough for you. Okay?
Oh, Planky and you've been around together for a good long while, and he'll pat the barrel lid. Serve me well.
Mm.
Planky and Pokey.
Bogey.
Wow, well, that's a name. Well, how should we handle this adventure by chance?
Yes. Well, do I have any maps that might get us into like the section of the underground where this might be coming from?
There's a lot of entrances into the underneath because there's just tunnels that go every which way. So I'll say you can just start heading down. You know that where it came through was by the tea shop. So you can start heading down. And you don't need climbing gear because, you know, you're rats and mice. You're not like those silly dogs and cats who can't handle things down here.
I have a map of the city in my rucksack. Is that a map of the underground of the city or just the above city?
Oh, yeah, that would be the city where you currently are.
Yeah.
So you're going to be going below the city. But yeah, you could get a map to like where the deeper tunnels start to go.
And so Marsh says, "Here, look at this," and pulls out the map from her rucksack and says, "We can start mapping this out based on the buildings on the above ground. So this is the building that is underneath the hole that went. So we can start from here." And she starts pointing at the map, like excited.
Nicely done, Marsh. You're always prepared.
These are excellent. So as far as relying on my deep dweller background, like pulling things out of Scribbles, pulling things out of her pack, like, I guess we'll need this. No, we'll certainly need rope. Does everyone have good shoes or, you know, good grippers? How's everyone's claw strength? Doing good?
Doing good.
Excellent.
I've got an illustrated nature guide, which might be less helpful underground, but it should be a bit helpful.
There's a lot of fungus and, you know, animals that live underground. That should definitely help.
And
Hey, that's the same one I have. It's really handy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And it would also tell me like what kinds of rock we might encounter, which would tell us a lot of things.
We will need to be very careful if there are people that are doing this on purpose, though. People from our side, traitors.
Think this is nefarious?
Could be. You never know.
It could very well be the way that these explosions are being described, it is not something that's natural. And let's face it, the surface dwellers, they're not smart enough to do it the way this is being done. This is an inside job, y'all.
But what would the purpose be by opening up a hole right next to the tea shop? I mean, I get that it's not natural, but
maybe it's
I'm wondering if it
ventilation.
might be accidental from some other purpose.
I mean,
I mean,
if the surface dwellers have anything going for them, they do have like really good teas and, you know, treats up there.
Ezra,
Yeah.
while I love that you are thinking of the best in people and seeing the bright side, you never know when you always have to look out behind you. You never know when someone's going to come back behind you and stab you in the back. You got to be on your guard.
Well, that went dark real quick, Scribbles.
Squeaks is gonna stand up and start making his way towards the tunnels. Are y'all coming? Or are we gonna keep talking?
Should we do this kind of quietly and sneaky just in case?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, let's do that.
Well, I mean, there's no sense in being sneaky through town on the way to the tunnels, right?
I mean, if someone, I mean, yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm just trying to look out for the team.
I was about to say, quiet isn't really my style, but I could try. And they kind of stand up and butter their little cape that they have.
Not really mine either. So, and he's just gonna start walking.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm in armor as well.
Oh yes, the
Less
tink
sneaky.
the tink tank sounds.
So you walk through the town and quickly find the entrance to the underneath. Have you brought torches? I mean, you can all see in the dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see in the dark.
Vision.
I have a lantern.
We're meant
Okay.
to like burrow and go underground and stuff, so we shouldn't need that.
I was just curious. Okay, so yeah, you've been down here before. This is familiar territory. You're used to like the tight enclosed spaces. It feels kind of comfy to you because you like to squeeze not your tiny bodies, but like you're tiny compared to other folks' bodies in between these crevices, and you scramble down and scrunch around these, not really stairs, but you know, rat-sized crevices to get down through the tunnels. And you keep traveling downwards and it gets darker. And you can still see, but it gets to where it would be difficult for a dog to see for sure. And you come out in an area, a little opening that you haven't been to before. It smells like ozone and you hear some crackling through the air. On the ground, there's ancient bones and bits of metallic scrap rustling beneath your feet. There are a few scattered torches in here. Off in the distance, there's humming of lightning. And at the far end of this tunnel, you can just make out some mouse marks.
Ooh, what do the mouse marks say?
Very helpfully, the mouse marks say bones.
But what could it mean? Is it a code?
As you are examining them, the bones behind you seem to have shifted.
Oh,
I would like to send do I want to do the thing? I would like to send psionics.
Okay.
Or smell psionics and see if there's weird psionic stuff happening. Let me know how that works.
How far does that go out? Is that 30 feet?
Come on. I know my mechanics. Sure. Let me double check very quickly. It is. Seriously? Okay.
I will just tell you.
Yeah, it's
you
like 30 feet.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. You don't sense any psionics here.
Could I use strategize?
Absolutely. What are you strategizing?
Okay. I'm looking at these bones. I've seen that they moved a little bit.
Mhm.
What sort of attack works best on bones?
What an intelligent question. That would be, did you have to roll for that? It's just a thing that happens, right?
I think it's just a thing that happens.
Okay.
It's a knack of mine.
Okay. It is bludgeoning. Oh, I should have mentioned at the top of this, I'm a silly guide. You have a fortune bowl that's like full of treats. You can take from the fortune bowl at any point to reroll a die. It's basically an advantage. So there's 3 in here. You have to do it with the permission of everybody else. If you were a cat, you could just do it because cats are like that. But yes, there are 3 treats in the fortune bowl. You can to use any of your like special abilities, like I know this rat, you can take a fortune to use that. Also, if you want to like lose initiative on something, you can put a fortune in the bowl to use for later, that kind of thing.
Okay, I just checked it again, and it looks like I do have to make a check. It's just I have advantage on wise decisions, so wisdom checks when deciding a course of action.
Okay.
I also sense psionics is a concentration spell, so for the next 10 minutes, I'm just kind of like, is this weird? Is there weird psionic stuff happening here?
What's everybody else doing?
Peeps is going to grab one of the torches off the floor and light it.
Okay.
Lumia is going to, their eyes is going to glow a bright blue, and they're going to cast Smell Life to see if they can sense any type of mice or rats, rodents within a 60-foot sitting around them.
Okay.
Now, where are you?
What about Scribbles?
Hiding.
Yeah.
Looking around the room, finding the best like vantage point to like not like if there was a movement, Scribbles is out. Like, oh gosh, the one in the horror movie that runs away.
Smartest one.
Scribbles,
final girl.
please give me a sneak check, Scribbles.
Yeah. Okay. And that is with my dex.
Dexterity.
Great. That's a 13.
Okay.
Oh, do I get to add stuff to it? Because it's one of my skills.
I'll tell you, you have successfully hidden.
Okay, cool.
So, Lumia, you do not detect anything alive.
Now,
Except for your buddies here. Your folks are your only friends. And
So
Ezra, go ahead.
I was about to say, so the check I made, do you want me to go ahead and make a roll for it since I should have?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know what kind of roll. If it's just a straight wisdom check, it'll be a 19.
Oh, yeah. You know what to do.
So basically, I'm like, bludgeoning works on bones. So I'm just like hit them with blunt objects, and we'll just like draw my flail and like attack the bones that they thought moved.
I love it. To say, as soon as you pick up that flail, these bones can figure into the shape of a massive hand and punch you in the face. So Ezra, does a, see, that's 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
All right, we're gonna roll initiative in a second, but please take 2 piercing damage.
Thank you.
And let's roll initiative.
Oh no, this is a
So I just
disaster.
shout out something helpful, prepare to strike, and get punched in the face. That sounds about right.
Yep, I love it.
For Ezra.
No.
How'd everybody do?
Peeps got an 8.
Oh, I have an 8 as well. What's your dexterity?
+1.
Oh, okay. I got +2.
Marsh got a 9.
13 for Scribbles.
I got a 4 for Ezra.
Ezra, what's your Jax?
-1.
Okay. All right. So Scribbles, you are up first.
Cool. I'm going to take out my longbow, notch an arrow, and shoot it at the hand that just punched Ezra in the face.
Please do.
That is unacceptable. All right. So that's going to be a 16.
That will hit.
All right. Great. And that's a D8. 1.
A 1.
1 damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you hit, and then these bones kind of reconfigure into a new shape around the arrow, and they start like holding the arrow, and the fingers kind of do this little wave thing at you, like the arrow is the pen. And a little skull, like mouse skull, is there with the arrow like sticking out of its mouth.
Huh. Interesting.
Anything else for Scribbles?
I think she's just gonna kind of cock her head at it and be like, wait, what are you? And that's all. That's all I got.
Marsh, you are up.
Okay, I have a question. I have a basic power that I want to use. Can I also do a weapon attack?
What is your basic power?
Oh, it's a mental ray.
Okay, it's either or.
Okay, cool. And the modifier for that is what is it? Proficiency plus my ability affinity. Okay, cool. Okay, so Marsh is gonna start like her gray skin just turns like a bright yellow, like a glow in the dark sort of situation, and then a beam of energy comes out from her hands, and she's going to try to hit this with a mental ray. Let's see. Oh no. Okay, that is a 12 to hit.
Ooh, I'm gonna say they dodge out of the way of that.
She's going to get super grumpy, and then she's going to go check on Ezra and be like, "Are you okay?"
Ezra's like, I'm fine.
Lumia, you're up.
So Lumia struts forward as they approaches the bones and says, "Has anyone ever told you should have hit a lady?" And they're going to cast bursts of electricity as they electrify this individual. Here we go. Oh, that should definitely hit. That would be dirty synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20. Yes, that will hit.
Perfect. So they definitely cannot take any reactions to the end of the next turn, and they take 4 points of electricity damage.
Love it.
And they just give a cocky smile as their eyes glow.
Peeps, you are up.
Peeps is gonna sort of waltz up to this thing with the torch, and is just gonna bash it with the shield. Does a I'm guessing this is strength based. So does a 17 hit?
Oh yeah.
And since this is a shield, how much damage would it do? Say a D6 for improvised, because I don't actually have stats for a shield.
Oh yeah,
bash.
if you don't have like a shield bash thing, yeah, do that.
Okay, so that's going to be 5 points of damage.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
That I think is all that I can do. That's movement and that's an attack. And I only get
Okay.
one attack around. So
All right. So now you are up in their face, Peeps. And
and I think
these-
Peeps is going to try and interpose between Scribbles and the monstrosity.
and they are going to try and uppercut you using a skull as a fist. So does a
Really?
17 hit you?
It does not. Put the
Okay,
shield up.
love it. And then they kind of close in around themselves and put like a little hand on top like this, just kind of waving. And then it's Ezra's turn.
Well, I don't appreciate getting hit, and I want to hit back.
Please do.
So I want to attack with the flail, like I was originally going to do.
Okay.
So that will be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
So that would be a 13 points of damage.
How do you destroy these bone burrs?
Basically, I'm going to get a bit of height from my friend, my very large friend. I'm going to like climb up and then like jump off and crash into the bones with my flail.
I love it. And when they clatter to the ground, you see the smushed bodies of tiny silver bugs fall out of the where the marrow would be in these bones.
Oh, can I do a know nature to figure out how that worked?
Yeah.
Well, in the words of a famous poet, they learned today.
So nature is wisdom. So that's a 16.
Yeah, you would know that these are bone burrs. They are little bugs that infest bones and animate them and kind of reconfigure them.
If I can, I would love to take a sample and like get a little vial and scoop it.
Oh, absolutely. You could totally do that.
Yeah. Just hold it up, shake it.
Well, that is a very interesting find.
Mm-hmm. What are you planning on doing with that, Scribbles?
Oh, nothing nefarious.
Anyone else hurt?
It's not really reassuring when you say nothing nefarious. You realize that, right?
I trust her.
It's probably.
I mean, I trust you, but at the same time, someone didn't know me.
So no one else is hurt, right? I don't. I mean, I can heal a bit of things.
I'm
No.
feeling hardy.
I was fortunately not touched. Take care of yourself, Ezra.
It's like I'm fine. It wasn't that
Blanky
bad.
did most of the work. There's like a little bit of splintering.
Well,
There's-
with just a case, if you allow me, and they'll place a hand on your shoulder and cast Mend Life or Mend Flesh, which is a heal spell. And
Oh.
yes, 1
So
second.
these creatures, these things that reanimate bones, would I be able to do like some kind of no arcana check if they're like weird magical psionic? Well, I didn't detect psionics, but if it was some kind of weird entity that I may have read about.
I would say with Ezra's check, you would know that these are just like bugs.
Oh, they're actual bugs.
They're bugs.
You get 9 HP back.
Oh, thank you. That tops me up.
Glad I could assist.
So they're just bugs, but have we had a bug problem recently? Do we know if there's been a bug problem underground recently?
Is there a raid company here?
These bugs are clearly in league with something evil.
Is Scribbles just the conspiracy theorist of our group now?
It's all connected.
Well,
No,
maybe
I believe you, Scribbles. I'm just trying to figure out, did we have a bug problem recently under here?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
You have not had one. Although you have heard of these things being in like caves on the outskirts of the monarchies. They tend to be like in wherever there's bones, you find them.
Did we just like come across like, are we like underneath a cemetery or something right now? Because this is kind of creepy.
well,
Like
we did
bones.
hear about like other surface folk like doing some exploring. Maybe this is from them because there were torches here.
Oh.
And
These-
in fact, you smell another mouse mark ahead as the crackling of electricity zaps in the distance.
I am
Is-
very curious about that electricity because that is something that should not be down here.
Has it been 10 minutes? Would my sense psionics?
I'll say it's
Still
still
be-
up and you still don't smell anything.
Okay, wait. So that lightning doesn't feel psionic. So it can't be rodent connected because we are, brain powers. So okay. I don't think it's one of us. It seems like not natural for, underground.
I'm going to
Rodent.
check out that other mouse mark, see if there's more info.
There is the scratchings are in the sign that says campground ahead.
Guys, I've heard of these things, these creatures called lightning bugs. I wonder if maybe somehow the bugs are trying to take us down. They've gotten past the cats because they're so small.
Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know.
You
Well, what
mean
if
like-
they do?
You mean like fireflies? We used to have those up at the farm sometimes.
Do they have evil intentions?
Oh, they were real just pretty, actually.
Well, that just means if they're pretty, that just means I just need to talk to them. And they'll stay. Lumia just starts making their way forward.
So Marsh, as the other brain cell, will go to Ezra, who's looking at these mouse marks, and she'll say, so what's going on over here?
So evidently there's a campground up ahead, which should be a safe place, but I'm really concerned about that lightning. Maybe we should sneak forward.
Lumia stops walking.
Marsh, I feel like Ezra and Marsh would simultaneously look at Scribbles, like, well, or Marsh would, as soon as Ezra says we should, sneak forward or whatever, Marsh will look at Scribbles.
Hmm?
Do we want to send a scout to see if the campground is
The
safe?
sneakiest of us,
You sending me?
if you want. I mean,
I'm not very sneaky, but I can make my way over there.
I think we should see if it's friendly or not friendly first, and like
Okay.
just get some info.
Peeps is just gonna start walking.
Oh my gosh, Peeps, and I'll run after him.
Well,
all right, never mind. Not sending a scout. Looks like we're all going.
yep.
No.
I rolled a natural 1 on my dexterity check for stealth, so let's do this.
Lumia
Okay.
just
So
struts
Peeps
forward.
thinks that he's trying to be quiet, so he just starts going. And normally, like, is actually with this armor is quite quiet,
Mm-hmm.
but at this point it's just clang, clang, clang. I'm doing a good job. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You asked me to go scout, and go to scout.
So Peeps, you clang and suddenly you hear a huge zap of lightning and part of the ceiling near you crashes to the ground. And I would like all of you to give me a dexterity or strength saving throw, your choice.
Oh, make a strength saving throw, please.
Ooh, I got a natural 20 for 25.
Oh, nice.
That's the 25 for Peeps as well with a 19.
22 with a 16.
Oh, well, Lumia was strutted forward too much. That was a solid 9.
17.
It is 17 for
17.
Marsh.
Yep.
So everyone but Lumia successfully dodges this. Lumia, you get hit with a little bit of rubble and take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. There goes the shoulder. And it kind of
Oh.
But Peeps, walking forward, you see what clearly may have been a campground. There is an empty fire pit, and there's shabby, ripped apart, sopping wet tents. There's also, what catches your eye first, is these strange crystalline purple birds about as tall as you. They have metallic heads, and they're standing in a circle around the campground, blasting straight forward, lightning out of their mouths at the ceiling. Ceiling is riddled with holes, and you notice a bright white sign hanging on the wall that reads, "One rule, blast for freedom."
What?
I wish I could read.
Can I do it like nature check to see if I can figure out what these creatures are?
Yeah. Give me no nature.
Sure. That's another natural 20.
Oh my God. Okay. These are dodromos. They are robot birds. They combine and smash their heads together to become birds that have many heads. But these are all just one-headed birds in a group. So they're all the dumbest version.
Are they arcana magic psionics in nature? Because Marsha's just like, no, this is not natural. I refuse to believe this is natural.
They're sort of left over from the ancient ones. They cause let's see. It's unsure if they were created or what. There's a whole like taxonomy of them. They're the Drodo family, but there's like, these are the Dodromos. There's also Drododos, Drotos, and they get up to like 6-headed versions. But yeah, they're not necessarily magic. They seem to be left over from the before times when humans were here.
We need to stop them blasting a hole in the ceiling. But they combine, you said.
So we can combine, yes.
Okay.
These have not combined.
I want to make sure they're as far apart as possible. We need to separate these. We need to separate them.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what all this is about. Take a look
Peeps is
over
gonna
there, and he'll
settle-
point towards the area that says "Blast for Freedom." There seems to be going on than what we seem.
Can I use strategize to figure out if we could possibly talk them down from, blasting the ceiling?
Yeah.
Peeps is gonna walk over and try and get one of their attention, and see if Peeps can lure one of them away with maybe handle animal.
Ooh, okay. I like it. So first I want Ezra to give me a, let me think. I would like, it's a wisdom check that you get advantage of when you are strategizing. So you can either give me a handle animal or a sense motive check with
Okay.
advantage. And you can decide if you want to use that to help Peeps or if you just want Peeps to go ahead.
So this is a wisdom check. So that's a 22. I think I'll use that to help Peeps.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say you could just tell Peeps basically how to approach this if Peeps is willing to listen.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Peeps, I think we might be able to persuade them to stop blasting the ceiling. maybe we can take that sign down. I'm not sure, but we need to like
Okay.
convince them there's another way.
Peep's gonna walk over. Hello there. Would you mind terribly if you stop blasting and come with me over this direction? And that's a
And they
natural 20.
gesture their nose to the sign. Oh, it's natural 20. Okay, then yeah, they will follow you. They keep trying to gesture to the sign with their faces.
I'm thinking though that one way Ezra can help is like taking down the sign and hiding it.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, I think I'll just do that. I don't think I have to make a roll, maybe to hide
No,
it.
you could just do that.
Yeah.
Ezra, before you put that away, I have an idea to change the sign a little bit.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
And I want to turn the B into, if I can, into a P and then add IC. So this is plastic for freedom.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
So there's like a little, maybe put like a little bucket. People think they have to pay and then they just sit here and no more blasting.
I love it.
Ezra will even donate a piece of plastic into the bucket so it's not empty.
I love it so much.
I don't understand why they would want to blast this place. Why would they want to go to the surface? Like,
I think they're just dumb enough to follow instructions blindly. So I think this will work.
And they flap their little wings. Blast.
You see?
Plastic.
Give me a persuade check, please, with your new sign.
Okay. 14.
You know, since you did a new sign, I will accept that. Yeah. They stop for a minute and you see their eyes like whir for a second. And they look at the holes and then look at you and then look at the sign and they all cock their head. And then they go, plastic, plastic, plastic.
Well, it's a predicament. So do we have to give them plastic now to be able to move forward, or how would you handle this?
Well, I did give them plastic. I think we can move forward.
Well,
How far have they blasted through the ceiling? Like, is it super precarious or have they just kind of gotten started?
Give me a I always want to call it a perception check, and it's not that. It a notice check, please.
Sure. 13.
Okay. It's hard to tell because you're so far down. But given the direction that you came, you get the idea that this is like below a market of some sort. You're just not really sure if it's underneath a mouse market or if it's gone like blasted all the way through to like the cat market.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's gonna fall right now, but we'll definitely want somebody in here to do some scaffolding.
Yeah, the
on our
cracks
way out.
are too small for like even a mouse to get through, but there are definite like holes in there. Like,
Yikes.
and they'll make their way forward to say, are there others around, or is it just you?
they kind of look at you and just go,
Didn't see?
and their eyes kind of spin. And then one of them spins its head around backwards and then goes, sharp rat, sharp rat.
Can you tell us a bit about this sharp rat?
Sharp rat, big rope.
Rats, big roach.
Small mouse. New rule.
Where are they?
Plastic. Blast. Dick.
Uh, Peeps is going to take a little bit of the rope and the pitchfork and is going to fasten a piece of plastic to the pitchfork and is going to hop on the back of one of these things. Are they big enough to ride?
Oh, you're muted.
I muted myself somehow. They're about as big as a rat. So no, they're not big enough for you to ride. If
No,
they were
definitely not
like
Peeps.
their combined form, then maybe. But these little dudes, no.
I'm gonna go off to the side a little bit and I'm gonna do something because something's not adding up and Marsh is just like, something smells weird here. And she's going to spend a power slot, I guess, to smell the unseen.
Ah,
She's gonna like, her fur starts glowing yellow again, but this time she's just in a corner sniffing.
you don't sense unseen here right now, but you definitely sense that they have been here. And furthermore, you give me a no arcana check, please.
Heck yeah, that's my jam. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I rolled a natural one.
You can use a fortune to re-roll it if you want.
I'm gonna wait. Is it like a group fortune or do we each have 3?
It's a group fortune.
May I?
I say use it. We need to figure out some things.
Okay, I rolled a 12.
Okay. So what you know of a lot of the unseen is that, well, it's hard to tell what your basic unseen looks like, right? Because no one's ever seen them. But because they are believed to be incorporeal, these cracks might be just the right size for them to slip through.
Okay, so if they were here but they're no longer here, I have 10 minutes of concentration on this. So is it possible for me to kind of gauge which direction they went? I look up. Is there a hole in the ceiling or in the...
There's so many holes in the ceiling, like little cracks in the ceiling. They have been blasting for freedom for a long time.
And so what, if anybody like looks at Marsh, they'll see the glowing yellow fur of her casting like a spell, and she's just looking up. And then she says, I think we've been wrong this entire time.
Oh,
Something else afoot?
I think the problem isn't one of us. I think it's the unseen.
Well,
And I think they might have gone through the cracks.
but the creature just stated there was another rat here. Correct? Did I get that right?
Sharp rat. Yeah.
Sharp rat. So we're getting on those dos. Probably 2.
Maybe it's a rat. I don't know.
And the
Working
unseen. I was thinking.
maybe there were some trapped unseen down here and they're freeing them. Maybe there's more.
Mhm.
Don't sense anything right now, but what I sense is that they all went up in the general direction of the surface.
Well, I had smell life up, by the way. Does smell life give off did I sense anything by chance?
Sorry, my Adobe is being so silly right now. It's hard to tell if these things are alive or not because they are metallic, but they're also birds. I'll say it works on them. Yeah. So you smell them and you smell a couple more down a nearby tunnel.
I do sense.
You no longer smell ozone in this room either, now that the blasting has stopped, but you still hear lightning, that lightning echoing sound further down the tunnel.
So there are definitely a few more.
Uh-oh. We lost Peeps.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Sorry. Hopefully it didn't mess the cameras up.
I think they set back into place.
Yeah, they came back.
Perfect.
We're good.
Perfect. So I sense a few more further down the tunnel. We could take a look and see.
Yeah, we need
sharp
to
rat
at the
is-
very least stop them from blasting holes in the floor above.
Well, you know,
We
the only surefire way to make sure they don't continue blasting is to blast them first.
I think we might conserve our energy for the larger multiple head ones because they're going to be smarter than these ones.
Yeah, but they become one whole thing. So, like, imagine if they were sharing brain cells. This, maybe we should stop them before they become bigger.
No, I'm not. They already have decided to not go forward with this ordeal due to Scribble's fantastic plan with the sign. So I don't wish to put a creature to pass when they already agreed not to perform this action. So it's me.
I mean, it depends on whether or not the next group will fall for the same thing. If they're multiple heads, chances are they're not going to fall for it.
But at least this one.
Yeah,
I'm
we
okay.
can leave these ones.
Okay.
let's save our rope and then we can tie the other ones up so they don't combine and become more.
All right.
You
Illumia
had
starts walking.
All right. So as you continue down, you see a couple more Dodromos blasting for freedom. But since you've already convinced them that plastic for freedom is a better route, it's quick and easy to be like, no, there was a new rule. And they're immediately like, new rule, plastic, plastic. As you continue on, though, mouse marks become scarcer, though there's still holes in the ceiling. So you know that whoever set the Dodromos to their task has been here. And you see rat tracks on the path ahead. Then there's a loud rumble echoing through the tunnel. The way you came through is now closed, and a new path has opened to the right.
Being watched. We're being watched. Oh my God.
We're being herded, maybe?
We're like pawns in their game. This is terrible.
Well, we really just got to change the game a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
You're right. You're right.
Let's make them think they're winning.
Exactly. And Illumia starts making their way forward.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. That's how I imagine it would be like humming in their head.
Clearly, Ezra is the brain cell that's working harder right now.
Well, I'm the one that's always like on point when the action's happening.
Marsh is the paranoid brain cell that's like, I swear, this isn't right, and just like
You're
scanning
the
things.
long-term planner, though.
Yeah, it's true. I'm like, there's something more here. What do I smell?
It's just like bones moved. What's the best against bones? Attack.
So as you walk, the tunnels continue to shift again. And I want everybody to give me another dexterity or strength saving throw, please.
Oh, much better this time.
Much worse this time. I got a 9.
18.
15.
Okay, catch us.
Natural 1, baby.
20.
Peeps, do you
18.
want to use one of those fortunes?
Nah, let's let it ride.
Okay. So Scribbles, you take 5 bludgeoning damage. Peeps, you also take 5 bludgeoning damage, and you are stuck under a rock unless your friends could get you out.
I need a fulcrum, and
Can
I'm
I
gonna-
just blast the rock?
Can I try and make a strength check to push it off me?
Yeah.
I'm strong.
Can I help with that? I'm pretty strong.
Like Marsh, you want to blast it too? It sounds like there's a lot going on with this rock.
Like, phew. I mean, I could
It's like
try.
I'm
I
finding a
just rolled a
fulcrum
natural
and using
20
Mr. Pokey to help.
Peeps is just under this rock for half a second and then just bench presses it and pushes it to the side.
As you bench press it, Marsh like obliterates it with her mind. All right. And then everybody give me a notice check, please.
While we're doing that, is it possible for me to cast a couple of men flesh on my 2 friends here?
Oh yeah.
All right, perfect.
Thank you,
Notice
Lumia.
wisdom, yes?
Notice his wisdom, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 9 for me.
I rolled an 18.
13.
So Scribbles get max, so that's 11. And Peeps gets 9.
Okay.
Notice is horrible for me though.
Okay.
I'm in the mood
That's
of having my friends, so it makes sense.
I'm just like,
So
going on here.
Marsh, you are the one who detects this ancient, almost scratched out, the scent is almost completely gone, mouse marking that designates a safe place up ahead.
Okay, so according to this ancient thing, this ancient marking, we might be safe up ahead, but I'm not entirely sure because this is like super old, so I don't know if it's actually safe anymore.
But I mean, also the campsite was definitely not a campsite anymore. I mean, it
Yeah.
was.
I don't know. Like, I'm feeling okay, but I'm also not feeling okay. So how about I just go and check it out and then report back to you? If you guys from a distance start seeing my fur glow yellow and explosions happening, consider that a sign that something bad is happening. I'm
will
gonna
be
go.
On the lookout. I will be ready to run after you.
Thanks. Y'all are awesome. And then I will
Mark?
go forward.
Yeah, give me a sneak check.
Not a traverse.
A traverse is like to walk on a wire. I thought you were trying to be sneaky, but yeah, if
I am
you want
trying to be
traverse-
sneaky. I did roll. Well, I mean, if I am trying to be sneaky, so I rolled a 14.
Okay, you're good. So you are very sneaky. You stealth your way through a rubble-strewn entrance, and you're in a building unlike any you've ever seen. You're used to like family homes, nests, and occasionally on the surface, you'll see like larger dwellings like estates. This is just a hallway with open doors, and every door has an identical dust-covered bedroom in it. There's cobwebs and weird ooze on the floor. Sparking wires are hanging from the ceiling. And this is old, whatever it is. Every room, like I said, looks identical. There is a bed in various state of disrepair, like moldy, some of the springs popped through. There is a table with some sort of metallic instrument at it, and the rotting remains of a desk with a completely collapsed chair at the desk.
Before I go back to the group, is there any way for me to discern the nature of the goop, if it's magical, psionic, or natural? Like,
Yeah, give me a no nature.
That is an 18 total.
Okay. Yeah, this just seems like millennia of mold and mildew. You know that up on the surface in the monarchies, there is this kind of sentient goo called a polyhydra that sometimes disguises itself as a puddle. This does not appear to be that. This just looks like
If I take an
maybe
arrow,
this place flooded.
if I take an arrow and I poke at it, doesn't move. It's not like
No.
sentient or anything.
Nope.
So what happens to my arrow? Is it melting? Is it like acidic goop? Does
Nope,
it do anything?
it's just nasty. It's kind of, if you felt it, it'd be like kind of grimy and sticky on your paws.
I'm too smart to actually touch it. I'm gonna wipe the goop on like the nearby wall or whatever before I put my arrow back in the quiver and report my findings to my friends.
Sweet.
And I say, so really long hallway, and Marsh starts pointing in the direction. Really long hallway, ancient bedrooms, moldy furniture. Ew. Also, the goop's not dangerous. I poked it with an arrow. It's just ew.
Okay, good to know. So if we need to, we could rest there. But I
wouldn't recommend it because it's moldy and gross, but yeah, we could probably
I mean, if it seems safe, we can rest there, but we don't have to.
Just telling you what I saw.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel with having these goop on these clothes, and they kind of look towards the cloak that they have wrapped around them.
I'm just saying that I don't think we need rest right now, but if perhaps we needed rest later, we know of a safe spot.
That's true. Sounds like
Or we knew it was safe at some point.
I was thinking perhaps maybe like an older civilization of sorts.
Could be.
Do we
Might be from before.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to just keep going and see what's there together? I don't feel comfortable.
I want to at least take a look.
Well, let's just walk together this time.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to explore this place, or are you just walking straight through?
I want to at least explore a little.
Yeah, give me a search check.
Okay, which
That's wisdom.
wisdom? That'll be an 18.
Okay. And is anyone else searching?
I'm
search.
going to also search.
I think Lumia's keeping just their smell. Lumia's just keeping their smell life up just to see if there's any other individuals around.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think what Marsh does while she's searching is concentrating on smell psionics just in case. Okay. I rolled a 14 to search.
Sweet. And Scribbles?
Multitasking, smart rat.
Scribbles or Peeps, how'd you do?
Peeps got an 18.
13 for Scribbles.
Okay. So working as a team, in one of these rooms, you find two really weird items. One of them is clearly a wand of some sort, like you've seen cats and dogs use magic wands. This one is shorter and fatter than most wands you've seen. It has a ball riddled with tiny holes at one end of it. And as soon as you hold it in your paws, you just feel so impressive. Like anybody needs to listen to what you would say.
Does it ping as psionics?
It does not. It is a masterwork. And the other, you also find something that is absurdly expensive. It is entirely, it's a mandolin, like you see cats having, like a fiddle. It looks kind of like that, but a lot bigger. It's much larger though, and entirely made out of plastic, which is just, who has that much plastic to spare to make a mandolin out of plastic? Instead of strings, it has 5 buttons, each that are a different color.
Are
on
we
it.
turning Lumia into a bard now? Is Lumia just a bard now?
Yes.
It'd be the closest I ever got to one. So,
I
So
mean-
those are the 2 things you find in here.
I mean, I feel like this is fitting. Oh, damn.
You found an ancient Guitar Hero set.
Amazing.
Love it though.
So it doesn't detect, it doesn't ping as psionics.
Mm-mm.
And Marsh just looks at the wand and then also looks at the mandolin, and she says, not psionic. Who wants to touch the things? Who wants to touch the things? And Marsh will pick up the wand, but then we'll see if anybody else wants to touch the things, the other thing.
wait, the wand is correct. They'll make their way forward and say, what are these items over here?
I don't know. Let's find out. Touch the thing, Lumia. Touch the thing.
I
They'll
think
grab it.
Ezra would just consider them absurd.
They'll grab it and see what it's like. Now, which item is it that I'm grabbing? I forgot.
The wand, the impressive wand. So you look and feel so cool while you're
Yeah,
holding it.
I-
And if you attune to it, your charisma will be boosted to an 18, and you'll
Yeah,
gain
so-
the performance skill.
So Marsh will hand the wand to Lumia and see what happens.
Oh.
How long does attunement take, by the way?
Short rest.
Oh, this is just right up my alley.
And then
Me
Marsh
gusta.
also
Me
picks up
gusta.
the mandolin and is like, how about this thing? Do you want this thing?
They'll
Peeps,
grab
you're
it.
muted if you were trying to say something.
No, I'm not trying to say anything.
They'll grab it and say, I could definitely use this for a certain situation.
I mean, listen, how about you get first dibs, and then I'll just hold on to the other one. You only have 2 hands.
I'll take the wand. To be honest, this fits perfectly. It just gets a little more bravado, which I didn't need much.
Oh
more.
no, we just made Lumia more insufferable.
They see it as a
Perfect.
perfect.
And then
around
Marsh
their
will
hands.
just hang on to the mandolin and was like, cool.
So I'm presuming we
Wait.
need to take just a rest for a bit while we get used to this. Is everyone okay with sitting down for a second, or do you want to keep moving?
I'd be fine to rest long enough for attunement to take place.
Yes, absolutely.
Just chilling for a little bit.
And
Perfect.
this place seems incredibly safe anyway.
That's true. And I could also use recover a little bit after healing a bit. Just a little spit, but nothing too dire per se.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So it says it has ammunition. Is it just ammunition that, like, it's magical ammunition, correct?
It's magical
Like,
ammunition. Yeah.
okay, and also because this is hilarious. Like, I was just wondering, does it require like a specific, or does it have what is it, a spell not ability affinity? Like, is it intelligence, or is it like, no, it doesn't have a,
It'll go with your spell casting thing.
okay, it'll go
So
with
for you, it'd
mine.
be intelligence. Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is kind of fun.
So you found a giant wand and slightly larger than regular wand.
Also, I'll be using some stamina points, stamina dice to recover some power slots.
Sweet.
Oh, as a note, I can also just feed you PowerPoints.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
That's
thing
good.
I can do specifically because I am me. So
that's fantastic.
in battle, just it's totally fine.
So while we're waiting and they're tuning, I feel like Lumia will be looking towards Marsh that says, well, you have an instrument now to play. Why don't we do a bit of a duet?
And Marsh, who for most of her life has been a very kind of intellectual, like reads all the books, total nerd, is actually kind of looking at her instrument and just like, this is probably the most fun I've had in several years. So yeah, why not?
All right. They'll take out their guitar and just start stringing along. It sounds a little bit more of like flamingo per se, but they're stringing down next to it and just smiling as we're waiting.
I'm putting another fortune in the bowl. I like that a lot.
It's like that which movie is it? It's that one gif where they're just like doing the lute or whatever, like just that one bard, I guess. I don't remember which movie that's from, but that's the vibes. Oh yeah, Road to El Dorado.
But yeah.
That one.
So
Those are the vibes.
as you're resting, you notice, those of you who aren't playing, pick up on some mouse marks at the far end of the hall. But you also see that the far end of the hallway is completely blocked by rubble.
Like to the point where we can't dig through it, or
Yeah.
You could give me a strength check to move it or a dex check to squeeze through it, or you could, go grab a friendly Dodromo and reprogram them to blast through it.
I would love to try a strength check.
Nicest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Peeps, I would think you would want to do that as well.
And I would love to use Traverse to try and squeeze through.
Ooh, yeah.
I got a 17 for strength, so I could actually help open a way for squeezing through.
Yeah, what about Peeps?
That is not very good. That's only an 8. I rolled low on the die.
Peeps having a tough time, but luckily Ezra is able to use
I might
her.
have pulled the muscle while I was bench pressing that boulder.
No.
So Ezra
Don't worry about
uses,
it, buddy.
with excellent strategizing, is able to move enough rubble out of the way so that squeezing through is much easier.
All right. Scribbles closes her eyes and dives in. It's like, please don't be weird. Please don't be weird. Nothing weird in here. Rocks, normal rocks. What do we got?
You arrive in a room with yellow walls covered in scratches. There are hard plastic tables upon which are sitting an assortment of metal bits and scattered piles of papers. There's a metallic glove on one table with wires hanging from it, like bug antennae. And in the corner, there is a chair with wheels sitting in front of a dangling spring that also has a slender metal bar hanging from it.
I'll kind of describe this back through the hole in the rubble. It's some sort of horrifying chamber of dastardly intention.
Well, that sounds interesting. I'm going to probably try another strength roll to widen the area so that all of us can get through.
Yeah, give me that.
And I'll pass a rope back through the hole in case that helps people get through.
That's a 24.
You just tell me how you just obliterate this blocked passage.
So what you're
Okay.
saying is Ezra lifts.
Yes. Ezra basically goes through the whole widening it, like squeezing through and just kind of like shoring up the walls so that it's more stable, and like using some of the flatter pieces of rock to push some of the silt and stuff aside so that they basically make a doorway.
I love it.
I think we're still in the middle of playing, so we probably don't even recognize this.
Come on in
Mhm.
whenever you want.
Oh, okay. So I think
Yep.
we hear the shattering of rocks ahead. You just hear them go out of tune for the first time. Go bing. Oh, okay. Looks like they're ready for us to move forward as they look towards Marsh.
Marsh gives Lumia a high five. Let's go.
Definitely the classic high five. And they smirk and kind of put their guitar against their back and start following the group.
Yeah,
While I'm
no,
in this
they-
room, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's a hole.
Yep.
Nice hole.
Yep, I'm good at those.
Peach just sort of scrambles in through.
I'd love to do a know history in this room while I'm kind of looking around very
Yeah.
nervously. Of
You said
course.
something about a glove with antennas. I
Mhm.
want to investigate that.
Please do.
I think Marsha's just gonna cast sense psionics into the room. Like if there's the hole, she just stands there and just like, and then she does the I'm glowing yellow thing because she cast a psionic thing. But like
Okay.
she just wants to see if anything picks up.
So we've got checking out the glove, doing a no history, casting Xanax. How'd you do on the no history?
I got a 15.
Okay. So you, given what you read on the mouse mark and what you can make out of some of the things, this is something very scientific. You don't know about this location in particular, but you've heard of this famous ancient old ones building called Man Genie Search Labo.
And Genie Search Labo. Of course. Of course.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class? I have no idea what that is.
It's an ancient building full of mysteries and wonder. And I think we found the mysteries and the wonder. I'll point over at Ezra looking at the glove.
Well,
Yes, this certainly seems wondrous.
Ezra, are you here? Are you picking up the glove? Are you putting on the glove.
I want to look at it first, try and determine something about it before I try and put on the glove. I fully intend to put on the glove.
Okay. Please give me a search check. Yeah.
does it turn me into a grog check?
And Marsh, you absolutely sense psionics, not in this room, but just outside.
I mean, is it picking up like myself and Lumia and like my friends?
I mean, you pick them up too in this room, but just outside this room, there's a new psionicist.
Uh-oh. While everyone else is kind of distracted, I am going to just kind of do this whole thing like just outside, like where I detect it, and I'm gonna peek and see like which direction, just like because Marsh does this thing sometimes when she's like, I sense something. She kind of goes and checks it out and forgets to tell her friends. So she's going to go and investigate this while everyone else is busy.
Okay, we will come back to that in just a second. So Ezra, what were you doing? How'd you do with that I said investigate. That wasn't what I meant. Search check.
I believe I only got a 7, so not well, which would make me curious enough to just put on the glove and see what happens.
Cool. So you put on the glove and these wires immediately dig into you. And you
Oh,
take 3 piercing damage.
okay.
But now you notice you can move objects in this room with your mind.
Oh my God, this is what I've always wanted. Oh, I love this.
Oh.
Objects just in this room, or like, is this a permanent thing? I just have telekinesis now?
You have telekinesis as per the toe galvanism power. And you can also shoot out electricity. If you take the glove off, you will take 2d6 piercing damage as it rips itself from your arm.
I love this. I'm never taking this glove off. This is great.
Peeps is just kind of gonna start looking around the room and then sees the chair with the wheels and is gonna sit down in it and do a spin. I rolled an 18 on a search check, so it's +1. So
Okay.
that's a 19. Sort of spinning.
You start spinning, and without moving the wheels, this chair goes wherever you think about it.
Oh, this is neat.
And as you are searching around, you pull up several papers that have scribblings on them, but it's kind of confusing for Peeps.
Hey, someone want to look at these? It's not me.
Lumia will step forward since the others are busy. It was like, sure, let me take a look at this. And
Ezra's
those-
only vaguely like registering that other people are talking and is floating like a tiny piece of metal or bolt or something in the air.
I think Scribbles has like her ears pinned back and like has a bucket underneath the metal and is like running around like, careful, Ezra, you're gonna drop it.
Lumia, give me a no culture or no arcana check.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. 22.
Oh, dang. Okay. You
No
immedi-
Arcana.
Okay. You immediately know that this is encoded. And you further know that it's very similar to a code used by the cult of Laboteur, the infamous rat and mouse cult. It's not the exact same code, but it's close enough that you crack it. And you find on these writings, they're all signed by Dr. Camille Zaskers, head of research, Man-Genie Search Labo. One that stands out is Theory of the Old Ones, number 45. The unseen can be seen. Hypothesis. The unseen have not yet been seen, as they have never been given free rein. Dogs and cats eliminate them before they have a chance to achieve their goals. Prediction. If allowed to bring their goals to fruition, the unseen will come into their true form, visible by all. Protocols. A. Weaken structural integrity to allow greater flow. In progress. Possibilities encouraging. B. Possess in unseen. No progress. No unseen sighted to attempt testing. Recommend deferring until further notice.
Well, is this the jackpot? Nice find, Peeps. Looks like we have our corporate.
Now, Marsh, please give me that stealth check or sneak check to look around outside.
Want to know like where my smell psionics, like where is it? That is a 12
Okay.
for sneaking.
So you sneak out and round a corner, and you see a tall, slender, tan rat in a white lab coat, jotting down notes. Next to her is a very anxious looking rat, doing like, what is this, wringing their paws and going, I don't know, Dr. Zaskers, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to the drummers. I'm sorry. And then that rat, who has like a little tag stuck in their ear, sees you and goes, oh dear. Dr. Zaskers puts a pen in her paper and goes, we have visitors to the lab. Are you a visiting scientist? I'm always thrilled to meet fellow researchers. Camila Zaskers, head of research, welcome. Tagir, please fetch refreshments for our new friend. You are?
I am Marsh the Smart. I am a traveling scientist.
Excellent. I love a woman of science.
You know, I appreciate science very much. I have concerns, however, with the amount of blasting that's been happening in the area, and I, with a heavy sense of curiosity, decided to check this place out. There was some concern whether, the surface dwellers might be coming, so I went to check it out.
You can take part in my research. Yes, the structural integrity is key to allow the unseen, the greater flow to the surface. Yes, this is part of my proving the 100 theories. The cult of Laborator is short-sighted. That's why I left. So these gaps allow the greater flow, you see, and we allow the unseen to go up, possess the cats and the dogs, and then they fight, and then they do whatever it is they want to do. And then we can see them, and we can prove that they can be seen. Because what is greater than proving that the unseen can be seen? Then we can come up with a new name. We can name them. We can call them Zasker's Scene or something.
As much as I appreciate scientific endeavors and testing hypotheses, have you considered this? Have you considered that perhaps messing with the structural integrity of our home territories might cause more harm than good to those of us who live here?
The unseen do not affect rodents, so there's no problem for rat and mouse kind.
Of course, but if the ceiling comes falling down above us because we are making cracks and essentially jeopardizing the structural integrity of our homes, that in and out of itself may be a problem to those of us who live here. Sure, the unseen may not be a problem to us, but the ceiling literally falling on our heads may be a problem. If there's a way we could release the unseen into the surface to make problems for them without making problems for us down here, that would be ideal. I do not suggest making cracks in the structural integrity of our home.
I see. So you believe in my theory, you just do not approve of my research methods. I would like to offer you a paid internship at Mangini Search Labo. Follow me. I will introduce you to the lab. And she just walks into the room that you just left. Goes, you brought more scientists.
It's like Ezra is like pausing, like with the floating bolt.
Well, hello. What's your name?
Oh, Dr. Camille Zaskers, head of research. Tagir, drinks.
You see, okay, like walking behind the doctor, like Lumia's like speaking to the doctor, and just behind the doctor, like over the doctor's shoulder, Marsh is just like, like she knows what's happening, and she's like, don't. It's like,
Well, isn't this interesting?
Peeps does a dramatic spin in the chair.
What was your name again?
Dr. Camille Zaskas.
Oh, the one who presented these papers that I'm reading.
You are able to decipher my notes. You are truly a gifted scientist. Would you like a paid internship?
What's
Are
the
we all
payment?
getting paid internships?
What's the payment?
The plastic and the access to study under the great Dr. Zaskers. Look how happy Tagir is. And you see Tagir, who is like clattering with these tea trays, just going,
Yes, I love my life. It's wonderful here.
Can I do an insight check on that? Because that seems like a blatant lie,
Mhm.
but they could just be nervous.
give me a sense motive check.
Yeah, same here. Just before I get my statement, because
I also would like a sex motive check.
which makes perfect sense. The smooth criminal. That is another synthetic 20.
I rolled a 21.
I believe I rolled a 9 on that.
Okay, I'll say, Ezra, you are a little distracted as you notice Dr. Zaskers, she was writing with her left hand, and on her right, she has a glove similar to yours, but on each finger, a hypodermic needle is attached. The other two of you sense that, yes, Tagir is very nervous of Dr. Zaskers. He does love science, but he is a scared little rat.
I think we have a different definition of happiness, just saying.
I have a plan that I'm waiting for, like at the first sign that someone is going to attack, Ezra is going to try and telekinetically pull off that glove that the doctor has on.
Yes, I would like to help Ezra do this in any way. Like if I see Ezra looking at the glove, I'll like
Yeah,
make eye
Ezra's
contact with
definitely
Ezra.
looking curiously at the glove, and then we'll like look at their glove, then back at the doctor's glove.
So Marsh goes off, like to be a distraction, goes off on a full monologue about how she is absolutely against totally against compromising the structural integrity of our home for science. The science is not as important as the people who live underground, and just goes through a whole monologue and is like, I refuse to work within a scientific community that does not care about the people, and just goes off on this huge monologue and is like, you could not pay me enough plastic to work in an unethical environment where the needs of the people are not met. Just the whole 9 yards.
An intelligence or charisma check of your choice.
Oh,
Because
it's definitely
she's
gonna
tough
be
to
intelligence.
Yeah.
I just imagine the doctor responding, "Oh, you're one of the soft sciences."
It is a
You must be-
24.
Oh, dang.
Natural 20.
Okay. So she actually sits down with you and goes, Tagir, why did you suggest the Jodromos when clearly they were structurally weak? And then like smacks Tagir on the back of the head. And he's like,
I'm so sorry. I thought it was a bad idea.
to see. And I'm so glad we have Marsh the Smart to intern here. Now, I will listen to your suggestions. What do we do to release the unseen to plague the cats and dogs of Pugmire and monarchies instead?
Well, first of all, we do not use lightning because it is absolutely unsafe. What we shall do is find the natural cracks in the, the natural cracks in the rocks in order to just help them slip in through the cracks that way. We do not need to be creating more faults in the seismic structure of our home. There are already, cracks that occur naturally underground. We just spend time studying the unseen and getting them to slip through the natural cracks instead of making artificial ones. And then that's how we solve the problem, and we make problems for the surface without making problems for ourselves.
Question.
Yes, in the front, the tall one.
I'm not a learned type, really. But why do we
There
want
is
to
a
make
space for everyone in science. Welcome, I want to hear your voice.
why do we want to make problems for the surface?
That question.
Oh, well, it's merely incidental. We've never let the unseen come to their fullest potential because these violent cats and dogs keep destroying them before they reach what they want to do.
Oh.
So what I want to do is give them a chance, and then obviously monitor the results.
Oh, okay, but if we create problems for the cats and dogs, even that word, what's going to stop them from investigating and finding that you're the cause of it?
It's because Takia, why did you not think of this?
I don't think that's Tagier's problem. I think that's more your problem.
Are you suggesting that I stop attempting to prove that the unseen can be seen by unleashing them on an unvaried population?
Yes, 200%.
I also think, sorry, Lumia.
Oh, no, go ahead. You were about to say something?
I also think that you're making a lot of assumptions about the unseen without knowing the whole picture. How do you know that they move like us through holes in rock? Perhaps they can phase through it. We may be not helping them. Perhaps what is needed is more research on the unseen themselves before attempting to release them anywhere.
Oh my goodness, my hypothesis was flawed from the start.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you were sent to be my research assistants.
What?
The idiots at laboratory understood nothing.
I won't say all of that. However, it just takes a different viewpoints to be able to provide a complete conclusion. That's all.
So will you join me here at Manjini Search Labo and we can capture unseen and experiment on them? Poke them, prod them, see what they do. It will be so delightful.
I have a
fun.
better idea. What if we work as freelance researchers? We work for ourselves and negotiate our own contracts. And we work in collaboration with you as we see fit.
I can accept this deal.
Okay, then we negotiate for ourselves on our own terms. We will not merely be relegated to interns. I mean, paid interns. Okay, paid internships are good, but no, instead, my friends and I will negotiate our terms as we see fit.
In the first terms of the negotiation, have you seen the moonlight?
You know, it's been decades since I saw the moonlight.
I had a feeling. So, how about you and we get together perhaps in like a week's so time, and I can show you a first-hand glance of the beautiful scene up in the stars.
You know, I have some theories about the stars and how, and she just goes off. She's like, Tagia has my schedule and we can examine the stars together.
Oh, we could definitely examine the stars.
And, go ahead.
So as Ezra, who in the meantime has been like waiting for an attack to happen, and then it's just negotiation and is a little confused.
I think Scribbles will kind of go over to Ezra and just go, hey, we'll get that glove. But we have to play the
please
long
make
game.
that part of the contract. I'm not ripping this off.
We have to play the long game, Ezra. We'll hit them when they never expect it.
It's like, I trust you on the long game planning. You know this.
I got another question.
Yes.
Got any blue cheese?
I believe we could find some. Tagia, have you been to the surface and gotten blue cheese?
Oh, I only have cheddar.
Good enough.
And he just runs over and like opens a lab fridge and pulls out some cheddar for you.
We've got aged, and well, it's all kind of aged actually. Do you want it sliced?
I'll just take the chunk.
So
Okay.
Hey, doctor, do you mind if I field test this and give you all of my notes?
Oh no, I would love that. I found that in the lab and I've been tweaking it to my exact specifications. So it would be excellent for me to experiment on you with you.
Hey, I don't mind being part of an experiment if it means I get to figure this out. This is really nice.
And creating a union for the lab, liberating Tagir, and having stopped the structural weakness of the underneath. You report back to Brianna, get access to the secrets and blue cheese and internships
And date.
and date
several
and
dates.
plastic of your choice. And what do you do after an adventure well done? How do you celebrate? How do you end your night?
Oh.
I bet I know what Louie is doing.
So Peeps, you were muted.
Peeps is
You
just
know.
gonna chill and eat a whole bunch of blue cheese and some cheddar too. Gonna make a nice charcuterie board.
Scribbles is gonna treat herself to a new pin on her conspiracy board with a nice new thread. And it just says unseen ?
Ezra is going to field test the glove a little bit and using some telekinetic powers to prank some cats.
I love it.
Lumia's on the surface with the
Dr.
scientist.
Saskers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Underneath the stars. We just fade to black from there.
Aw. I think Marsh is, after having a conversation with Scribbles about the unseen and like future like research work and stuff, she will like go to her little like burrow or her private area and start drafting up like official documents to form a union at the lab and like, you know, help essentially empower Tagar, you know, to become like the union president or whatever. And yeah, and then she considers the unseen as her next kind of personal project.
I love it. And thank you, everybody. This was Squeaks in the Deep. Stick around to hear where you can meet these wonderful folks. And we will start with Scribbles. Who are you in the real life and where can we find you?
Hey, in real life, I'm Christina, and you can find me over on Twitter at D20XTina, and you can see me starting July 1st over on TTRPG playing some Haunted West. It's going to be cool. It's going to be scary. It's going to be yeehaw. And of course, it's going to be a little bit gay. So come check it out.
Marsh, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Anne. I am known as EXO_Girl_Wonder on Twitter. You can find me all over the place doing some fun stuff later this afternoon in like, what, 30 minutes?
Mhm.
I don't even know my schedule right now. I will be on Curie 58's channel playing D&D, playing a very angry sad girl who likes violence. And then tomorrow afternoon, I will be playing the Power Rangers RPG, where my character doesn't like violence, but you know, it's just inherently there because she's a Power Ranger. On Tuesdays, I play Good Society and pretend I live in a Bridgerton novel. And on Wednesdays, I play Lancer, where I pilot a mech more violence. So there you go. It's full circle. Thanks for watching.
Lumia, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, so I'm Kira858. Of course, you can be able to find our content on the Kira858 at Twitter, as well as the Cookout TTRPGs. Of course, you can find our Twitch channel at Kira858, where we literally have a stream in 30 minutes called Miss Light of Shadow, which the fantastic Jess is DMing. If you like Diablo 3, some chaotic aspect to it, you would definitely love that session. We also have quite a few other campaigns going on. Reclamation, Riverwood Academy, so much more. I'm playing an entirely different character over there, so it's gonna be interesting with Blast switching into that character mindset. But that's me.
Ezra, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Zan Larson, and known as Pale Rabbit on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm mostly an illustrator, but I also play on the Three Flings, which is on Jess's channel every Friday. And I play like every other month, so I'm not every episode, but I play Shy, our resident knowledge cleric who knows everything about everything.
Literally had the knowledge of the known universe blasted into her brain.
Yes. And I did that on purpose after she saw someone else go through the same thing and was just like, no, me next.
Peeps, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses, and you can find me everywhere online in one of those two places. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, consultant, and cat mom about the States. And you can find me on the Critical Misses channel. You can also find me in 30 Minutes over on Kira's channel, where I don't really need to change my accent all that much. I just need to go a little higher pitched to play my lovely druid, Phil. Who is a sweet bean and the heart and soul of this chaotic party, and has been gone for one whole episode, so I do not know what they got up to last time. But
Oh
yeah,
boy.
the chaotic good druid is the party compass.
You were there. You were just napping. It's fine.
And
but yeah,
I'm
sorry. Go.
And I'm Jess. I'm Miss _ oh, wow. My name, it's right under my face. He's Miss _ Jess 03 on Twitter, Angry Nerd Girl on Twitch. As everybody said, I'm gonna be DMing on Kira's channel in half an hour, and on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, I DM Three Flings. I also write and design games, so feel free to come watch or read and play. And thank you so much to Onyx Path for inviting us to play this. And thank you for inviting me to write for Squeaks in the Deep. This has been such a blast. And thank you for having us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your con. And have a great day, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.